Since November, a team of lawyers, shamelessly led by Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell, have been trumpeting the big lie about election fraud, attempting to prove that somehow the 2020 election was rigged. It was not. We know it was the most secure election in our country's history, and that President Joe Biden was rightfully elected president by big margins. And they're finally being forced to confront all the lies they told. This week in Michigan, a federal judge pressed those lawyers over their lawsuit and the surrounding paperwork seeking to overturn the results of the election, with the judge announcing that she will rule on discipline for these lawyers in the coming weeks. The state of affairs in Michigan is just one of several states looking to actually hold these people accountable for spreading the big lie, at least in court. Joining us now is Michigan's Attorney General, Dana Nessel. Madam Attorney General, thank you for spending some time with us. I've heard from things that you've said publicly and things that Attorney General Josh Shapiro has said that there will be accountability. There is a slow process to seeing that come to fruition. Is that what we're starting to see with Judge Parker in Michigan?
Well, I definitely think so, and I hope so. We know already what the impact has been of these lies that were told in a court of law, and then, of course, repeated by the former president and his supporters. And, it's done incredible damage to our democracy, and it's undermined our system of elections. But the one place that seemingly has held up is in our courthouses, because we know that every judge that evaluated these claims, whether they were appointed by a Democrat or a Republican, found these claims to be specious and dismissed these cases. And it's time for these attorneys that filed these ludicrous claims and these vexatious pleadings to be held accountable.
What are your concerns about the damage that's already been done, not just by the lies that were told in court, but the lies that were told to millions of the ex-president's supporters? They're obviously fueling voter suppression laws. They're trying to change who certifies and counts the votes. What does that look like in Michigan?
Well, firstly, it's going to be very hard for people to come to grips with the fact that these lies that they've been told over and over, and they continue to be told every day, seemingly nonstop, that those have been inaccurate claims and that our elections actually are safe and secure. And in Michigan, we had the most successful election that we've ever had, and we know that it was done properly and accurately. But it's going to be hard for folks to understand that after everything they've heard. Worse, we're starting to lose some of the individuals that we really need in order to be able to conduct our elections. We have people that just don't want to be clerks anymore. They are retiring and resigning in mass numbers because they don't want to be threatened. They don't want their families to be threatened. And they know that there's just no doing their job right unless they come up with the result that a certain individual or a certain party would like.
And you are fighting this fight, obviously, for accountability. But it's not, on the other side, it's all part of the political mosh pit. Do you feel safe? Do you face threats for doing your job?
Almost every day. And it's not just me. It's a number of individuals that were elected to serve to serve the public and appointed individuals. It's judges. As I said, it's clerks. It's literally everyone and anyone that seems to stand in the way of the notion, the ridiculous and false notion that Trump was actually the winner of our election here in Michigan. So it is indeed a scary time, but I think it's why it is so incredibly important that in the one place that we know that people can be held accountable, which is in our courts of law, that we make every effort to make sure that that is actually done. And I will say in my many decades of practice, in front of some of these same judges, including Judge Parker, I have never in my career ever seen pleadings of this sort that were so baseless and inaccurate and unsupported by facts or law. And, unless these attorneys are really held accountable, when I say that, I don't mean just fined. I don't mean just sanctioned. I don't mean just having to pay the expenses or the attorney's fees of their opposing party. I mean, these attorneys have to be disbarred, because otherwise they're making so much money off of these cases. There's really no incentive for them to stop doing exactly what they're doing right now. So they have to be penalized in a way where they're actually losing their law license, so that never again can they enter a court of law and make these type of unsupported and frankly dangerous claims.
We were riveted by the reporting, and I'll put you on the spot and ask that next time there's a development, we can talk to you about it. It does seem like they're finally being asked some very pointed questions about exactly what you're describing. Michigan's Attorney General Dana Nessel, thank you so much. Please stay safe. Thank you for spending some time with us to talk about all of this.